Hey YouTube, in this video we're going to be launching the Apogee SloMo model rocket. Now, this rocket is supposedly super unique. I'm really excited to see actually how it performs. Its whole gimmick, you look at these fins, I have a build and review already up on my channel, that it should fly up, spin, and like kind of go up relatively slowly. So I want to see what that looks like. Stay tuned for the rest of this video. We'll get to see it. 3, 2, 1. 2, 1. Hey guys, you just saw the launch of the Apogee SloMo on an Estes C5-3 or Super C model rocket motor. So, as you know, if you might have not seen in the build, or if I haven't mentioned, the kind of purpose of this rocket is supposedly that it takes off really slow and it's like cinematic and all that. And if you really looked at it, at like all the footage, it's not really noticeable that it does. And I wasn't really expecting it to actually hold up, but like you really just cannot see that it's going um any different from like a regular speed of a model rocket. But that's all right. What it did do that was pretty cool is it spun. It spun fast, right? And it's kind of hard to see in like most of the videos. I think when I'm editing, putting the stuff together, the stuff that you just saw, because I haven't put it all together. I'll try to zoom in on it a little bit so you can actually see the spin. But because of the tilted fins right here, as you can see, it did end up spinning, and that was a pretty cool thing to see. But it didn't really go slow-mo, but it was still a solid rocket launch. There's one issue though, but it kind of worked out in our favor. It's the shock cord detached from the nose cone. And why that happened? Well, as you can see, the knot didn't come undone. And so I'm thinking that you see this little gap right here in the eye bolt. It somehow, just by like insane chance, slipped through that gap and it came undone, which is like crazy that it happened. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of wild. But I guess that's like the only thing I can guess. I'll get that on later because it's kind of hard. So when you're building this, what I recommend you doing is putting the knot on this side and having the parachute here, and that will stop that from happening. Or maybe like a bit of glue. I don't know. But yeah, that's like a really like you see the shroud lines on this are coming off. I think they are. Or are they? I don't know. But yeah, they're coming out a little bit. So that is one thing I will recommend you be careful with. I gotta like completely redo this recovery because it's all messed up now because of this little eye bolt gap. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is not fun. But that's not like a major deal, major issue with the rocket itself. Looking at the rocket, there's another thing. Okay, so why it worked out in our favor, or things ended up working out in the favor. When I saw this and I saw these things attached, I thought I was kind of worried that the bottom eye bolt here, because it attaches to a baffle system down here with an eye bolt, and that's how it attaches at the bottom. I was really worried that it came out down here, because then there's like no way to fix that. But luckily it was up here, so that's pretty good. The baffle system kind of worked or kind of didn't. I did put in wadding. You recommended, I guess, to put in wadding, but there should be a baffle that stops like some of the ejection charge, which protects the parachute. As you can see, though, this parachute's kind of melted. So even with wadding and the baffle, it didn't fully work. So I think I'd recommend just putting in as like maximum wadding or regular amount of wadding for this sized rocket. But it did end up working out because it caused the parachute to kind of melt together. So it just kind of came right down from where it was. If it like fully opened up, it would not have gotten this part back. And then the thing, because it spun down and it landed without, like I don't know, killing someone by falling so fast. You know, it slowed down the descent, protected the rocket, protected everyone, just because it was spinning on the way down. So kind of worked out there too. I will note because it came down with no parachute, it incurred a tiny bit of damage. The fins were perfectly fine. These fins are so solid, but they're plywood, and there's like 3 connection joints. It's like these fins are never breaking, but the impact did cause a little bit of damage right here, but it's nothing too big. But yeah, there's the launch. I hope you guys enjoyed. I was curious to see what this would look like. Um, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed.